Greetings Muttonistas, I am in Piccadilly Gardens in the centre of Manchester. It's quite cold today, so I've had to do something unusual and buy some gloves. I mean, I didn't even own a pair until this afternoon. Anyway, Manchester City are on a bit of a sticky run of form at the moment, but thankfully so are Tottenham Hotspur. But having conceded a lot of goals on the counter-attack recently, this game is one that we cannot take for granted because Spurs, and particularly Antonio Conte teams, are very dangerous on the counter-attack. So join me not only for today's match day vlog between City and Tottenham, but also to try a cuisine that I have never tried before. Right, I've reached my destination, the Asmara Bella East African restaurant, serving Eritrean and Ethiopian food. Never had this before, but before I go in, I just want to send a shout out to a couple of viewers, Milosh and David, who sent me some really kind messages during the week, and so I hope you boys enjoy today's vlog and today's food. As I said in the intro, I've never had this style of food before, so I'm just going to go with whatever the waiter recommends. So, beverages first. I am trying St. George's beer, and it's a lager style beer. I guess it's not too dissimilar from other lagers, but it's what the waiter recommended to me, and I'm hoping it'll go well with the food. But here's to a City win. And the dish I ordered is called the mini Mutton. There are some platters on the back page of their menu for one or for two people. You could get meat, vegetables or a mix, so it seems sensible to go for a mix. Could you tell me what's the...
So this is spinach, this is red lentils, that's chickpeas, green lentils, this one is onions and chili mix. We got green beans, spicy lamb, mild lamb, and the bread is fermented sourdough bread.
Thank you.
Okay. Just tear the bread.
Yeah.
Scoop.
Okay, thank you. So the bread is a fermented bread called injera, and the way you eat all this stuff is by scooping it up with your hand and trying bits of each dish at a time. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that one-handed, so I'll get on with eating it and tell you all about it when I've finished. Actually, I am going to take you through a little bit of the eating procedure. Now, I've ripped a piece of bread off. It's actually quite spongy, which I didn't expect, and I'm trying some of the lentils, I think. In terms of spice, it's a bit spicy, not ridiculously so, and the bread does have a very sour taste, or mildly sour taste I should say. Well, that was great stuff, that was. As you can see, an empty plate says it all. They actually needed to bring me some more injera or injera because I was getting so stuck in with that bread that I was left with a bit of the spicy lamb and nothing to mop it up with. And incidentally, the spicy lamb was my favourite dish. Anyway, time to talk football. So the team news has now come out, and I'm a bit gobsmacked by it, to be honest. Tottenham very much as you'd expect, with their counter-attacking trident of Kane, Son and Kulusevski, I think it's pronounced. But City's lineup is incredibly attacking. He's playing both Haaland and Alvarez, which for me has not as yet worked, and also both Mahrez and Grealish starting. Rodri, of course, the midfield holder, and Gundogan as well, who does actually get forward a lot as well. Aki and Akanji, Stones and Rico Lewis are the back four. Good to see John Stones back. We might miss the pace of Walker here, and Kevin De Bruyne is on the bench. I think this is going to be a high scorer, this one. That Tottenham team is still very dangerous on the counter. They're not so good when they have to make the running themselves, and I must admit I'm a bit worried about how this is going to pan out. Anyway, Pep knows better than I do. Let's see how it goes. I actually took the bus in this time because it's closer to where I was eating and it stops closer to where I actually sit. The only problem is it's still a bit slow with the traffic. It's usually best to get the tram, folks, if you're coming to the Etihad. On. Oh! 20 minutes in, that's the best chance City have had so far. Bit of a slow burner this game. But one thing is for sure, we have to be very careful in possession because they have three players of high quality ready to spring counters. And as for Spurs themselves, they've been turning over the ball left, right and centre. We've just not been able to do anything with it yet. I was about to report on a boring first half and then a gift. What a gift. I mean, that was a hospital pass from Ederson if ever I saw one. That was awful. And now give the ball away, another defensive mistake, 2-0 down when we were about to come in for what I thought was going to be a tedious 0-0 report at half-time. Deary me. And it's going to need some comeback, this is now, because they'll be in their element sitting back and counter-attacking. Half-time, City 0, Tottenham 2. Two gift-wrap goals right at the end. We were on top just about, had the better chances. Haaland couldn't put any of them away at this end. Not sure why we're playing two strikers, but it was working sort of okay until those howlers. This keeps happening when Guardiola's teams meet Conte's team. They set themselves up for sloppy passes out from the back to try and intercept them. It's exactly what happened. It's not rocket science to predict that that's going to happen. And now they're going to love sitting back and playing on the counter. I don't see a way back for City. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, let's hope for better, at least in the second half. Okay, second half about to start. And I have to say, if Tottenham want to play a high line, they have been able to, because nobody's finding Haaland's runs. Take a risk, play a ball through to him. On. Well, difficult to tell at this end what actually happened there. The ball came over from a great Mahrez run and cut in. I don't think Lloris could hold it. There was a bit of a scramble and Alvarez poked it home. Come on, City, maybe this will be the comeback. Go on. I don't know what they had at half-time, but it was something good. City back on terms, a headed goal from Erling Haaland. I now do fancy us to go on and win this. Tottenham all over the place, sipping possession around sloppily. Come on, City. Go on. Great atmosphere now in the stadium. Let's hope it doesn't end up on a downer like in the Champions League or when they won 3-2 in the last minute in the league. Here we go again. Oh, that was lucky. Well, that all started off with a pretty bad cross, which the defender nearly got to, but when he didn't, it left Mahrez in the clear, darted down the wing, slotted it past Lloris, 3-2 City. And I must admit, I thought he was going to square it, because I didn't see how he could get it in from that angle, but Lloris was beaten on his near post. 10 to go. Betty Swallock's time. I think City have had the chances to kill this off, but we must keep it tight at the back and don't turn over the ball in silly situations. I don't think this Tottenham team's likely to score off its own creativity in the last 10 minutes. That's game over, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Long ball forward. Tottenham defender couldn't control it properly. Mahrez was in like a flash, rounded the keeper. 4-2 City, 3 points in the bag. And what a game Riyad Mahrez has had. He's on form again, and after all the criticism, I'm the first to be happy to admit that. And what a beautiful lift over the keeper, a lofted finish. The only thing I'd say on some of these breakaways, we could have got more goals. We had a couple of 3-on-3s. Well, how about that for a comeback, Muttonistas? I must admit, I was all doom and gloom at half-time, as most of the people were sitting around me. And instead, after that second half, I'm in a celebratory mood again. But the first half was a little bit stodgy in parts, some chances. It's not the worst first half I've seen. The egregious error from Edison playing that ball out to gift Spurs their first goal, and then Rodri being caught by Kane, not as bad an error, that was a little bit more difficult, but still, a player of his quality, you'd expect him to do better. So there we were, and it was looking like another sloppy, error-ridden performance, to which an extent it was anyway. And I was thinking about what I was going to say at full time. I was going to say something like, I can't see the league coming back now. I could see it slipping away, not just because it means we'd fallen another 3 points behind Arsenal had we lost. It's just the manner of the performance as well. But whatever was said at half-time most certainly did work. Tottenham had been a bit sloppy and got caught in possession a number of times in the first half, but I thought some of City's play was a bit lethargic and we didn't take advantage of it enough. In the second half we most certainly did. A quarter of an hour of sustained pressure at the beginning of the second half and Spurs yielded. They caved in. And I have to say, Hugo Lloris did not cover himself in glory with some of those goals. And the man of the moment again, Riyad Mahrez. I did say this was an extremely attacking side, and when I thought the game would be high scoring, I didn't think it would quite go like this. Whilst Jack Grealish had a decent game on one flank, Mahrez had an outstanding game on the other. So there you are, all those people who have a go at me having a go at Mahrez. I am praising him to the hilt tonight. So while that sort of win will be great for the supporters, very exciting, and it'll be good for the vlog as well because it'll make great viewing. However, it still leaves a lot of questions. More tactical experimentation, not sure everybody knew what they were doing. We're not making the best use of Haaland still, and when De Bruyne doesn't play, I wonder who's actually going to find him. Even 6 months into the season, we are still not sure where we are. We're not bedded in with Haaland, in my opinion, yet. And today, having played with 6 midfielders and no strikers last season, we played 2 strikers now. So I think it was brawn and talent that got us through there, rather than any particular tactical formation that we employed. This was a badly needed win as well. It arrests a rather alarming run of results, but it has to be used as a springboard. It has to be a line in the sand where we move forward and put that big run together. In terms of this channel, unfortunately I can't make the Wolves game, so my next vlog will be at home to Arsenal in the FA Cup next Friday. That should be a blockbuster, and I can't remember ever having gone to a home Friday fixture before. Maybe I'm wrong there. So I'll love you and leave you. Exciting game, great food element, an experimental food element even today. But until the next vlog, please remember, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and most of all, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.